The country station, 95.5 WFMS. They are up for a ACM Song of the Year. And I tell you what, that's Caitlin Brown and her husband, Kane Brown, with Thank God. It's been so many years since a duo who were married have been nominated. And I think I heard it on the Countdown show over the weekend. It goes back 11 years to Tim and Faith. That's kind of cool. That would be
Tim and Faith. And before that, it might have been Clint Black. And his wife.
And his wife, Lisa Hartman.
Yeah,
Black.
They did a song. I'm not sure if it ever reached number one or was nominated like that.
That's kind of cool. Pretty cool. They've set a little record there.
Yeah, and I love the fact that people are going, wow, she's a good singer. Didn't realize she actually had a singing career before all this.
They act like he just pulled her out of the kitchen while she was making a cake. No, she used to be in a group.
Yeah, we have partly cloudy skies. High today of 55 degrees. Jimmy comes back tomorrow. This is his travel day.
Okay.
Or his relaxing day or whatever it is. We'll text him here in a little bit and see if he's up and about.
Is it ever relaxing when you're traveling at the airport?
Probably
I don't know
not.
about that.
We have clear skies now. We're at 32 degrees at the country station, WFMS.
The country station, 95.5 WFMS. That is Jordan Davis along with Luke Bryan and Buy Dirt. You're listening to Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Good morning.
Good morning and good news stories for you on this Monday. We always could use good news stories, but especially on a Monday.
Sure.
A guy in New Jersey recently turned 109 years old and feels great.
Is that the oldest ever?
He still drives. He volunteers as a local fire department, which he, by the way, was the former fire chief there.
That's cool.
He says the secret to staying alive is to stay positive, do things you love, drink lots of milk, and occasionally have a beer. So there you go.
I like that
Wisdom
advice.
from a 109-year-old guy.
109 who drives, no less.
A new study found that you can live 10 years longer just by spending 45 minutes a day doing some kind of artwork, doodling, painting, whatever it might be. Researchers say getting into art helps reduce stress, and of course, reduce stress will add years onto your life.
That's why you see those adult coloring books in the stores. You guys got me one for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I said, does that
How's
mean
your stress level
do you think I'm stressed out? Pretty good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So this is my favorite story. A guy showed up at the lottery headquarters in Nebraska to claim his $10 jackpot.
What?
Yeah, he said, "Hey, I want my $10 jackpot, and I want the big." I want the big check. And they played along with him. There's a picture of him holding up this gigantic check with $10 written on it.
That sounds like something our buddy Scott Sutton would do.
Absolutely. And then they asked him, what do you want to do with the $10? He said, just let it ride. He's going to buy some more lottery tickets with it. 624 with Jason Aldean and Jim, Deb, and Kevin on a Monday morning.
And so I was at the fraternity, Griffin's fraternity, over the weekend at his college. He's a senior. He graduates. It was 2 weeks from Saturday. He graduates. And so it was Mom's Day.
Oh, okay.
And, the first couple of years they didn't have it because of COVID. And then last year Griffin had a conflict. And so I've never gotten to go. And so I was really excited about it. So we get there and it starts at 11 in the morning. So I left early that morning on Saturday and we get there and we're all seated at like what I would consider banquet type tables. And there's a cookie at each place setting.
Oh, okay.
And it's in a bag. It's in like a little Ziploc bag. No, Ziploc bag.
Oh.
And so there's one guy at the podium, and he's announcing as you come in, grab a seat, do not eat the cookie. He just kept saying that over and over. Grab a seat, do not eat the cookie. I come to find out the cookie, we were doing cookie decorating.
Oh, okay.
He didn't want you to just start eating it because that's the cookie. He made them himself, he said. So he has them in the bag, and all of a sudden, I noticed that things, bless his heart, he was a nervous wreck. I asked Griff, he's a sophomore, he's like 19 years old, and it was his job. This is his office in the fraternity. He's in charge of socials. But you would think there would be other people up there helping him because it was a one-man show.
One guy, yeah.
And you've got like 45 or 50 moms and you're trying to put on a luncheon. And, it's what I think moms probably do best. And so he gets up there and he's trying to figure all this out. At one point, he asked everybody to get up and do a group photo. And instead of asking everybody to really just scrunch in, he just is like, okay, 3, 2, 1, takes a picture. Half the people on the ends are cut off. At one point, he says, seniors, you're up first to eat the lunch. And it was a Chick-fil-A that they brought in. So we get up there and get in line. And bless his heart, he didn't have any serving spoons up there. So you couldn't really take any of the
That's kind of important,
or any of the chicken nuggets. And they had mac and cheese. You couldn't really
so you kind of pour
it up
from the pot to the
so
plate.
Bless his heart, he's like, let me run to the kitchen. I'll be right back. And he just was darting all over the place. And so when he got back, I was helping him put the serving spoons in the platters. And by the time it was over, we did 80s music trivia on the big screen. It was through a program called Cahoots. And so he gets it up there and he goes, okay, here we go. And people are like, I'm not enrolled yet. I haven't gotten to sign in yet. And all of a sudden it goes, you've reached your maximum players. And he goes, well, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. You know what? This is proof, though. No matter how old you are,
yes.
whether you're a high school kid or a college senior, you still need mom.
Well,
you still need mom to help out in that respect.
A little bit, especially the condiments. He laid the barbecue sauce out. Still had the seal on the bottle. You had to take the lid off, pull the seal off.
Just showing that it was clean.
Yep, that's
Just
right.
showing it was clean.
So I helped him out with that, and I told him afterwards, thank you for your effort. He tried his hardest.
Still need mom, no matter how old you are. That's Walker Hayes, Fancy Lights, 641. Of course, he has that special card that allows him to get free food at Applebee's for the rest of his life. Now, the rest of us don't have something like that.
Nope.
We rely on us cooking our own meals, and that's why we have Deb with her one-pot meal.
This is the best meal I have ever
That's a pretty bold statement.
made. I loved this, and it was pretty simple. But you know how sometimes you make chicken and it's kind of dry?
Yeah.
This had the best tasting sauce. Like the flavor was
Where'd
just
you
amazing.
order it from?
I didn't order it from anywhere. Thank you very much. I made it. It's called Tuscan chicken.
Okay.
And I read it when I read it on the website. It raved about the sauce. It actually said serve it with crusty bread because you're going to want to dip it in this amazing sauce, and it is that good. I mean,
right.
Even everybody in my family loved it. So, anyways, restaurant quality. It is Tuscan chicken. You just need some skinless chicken breasts. The main ingredients in the sauce would be cherry tomatoes, some garlic, heavy cream, and baby spinach. And then, of course, your seasonings like salt and pepper, a little bit of oregano. And then at the end of the meal, after you've browned the chicken a little bit, then you make the sauce. You add the chicken back into that sauce and spoon it over it, and you put freshly grated Parmesan. It is amazing.
So it's heart healthy then, too. It's good.
Well, I mean, heavy cream. If you're on keto, you're fine. So anyways, we're going to share this on our Facebook page. But this is one of those, if you've ever not done a recipe for Deb's One Pot Meal, this is the one you should not skip. This is the one you should do. And share it with a bunch of friends. Yes.
Okay. Now you made me hungry, and again, you made it last night. Didn't bother bringing any leftovers.
Oh, I meant to tell you. Yeah, I'll post the pictures of what I made last night.
Oh, yeah, just rub it in. That's a good idea.
You'll be fine.
Don't leave before you hear the bad joke worth repeating, which is coming up right now. 7:03 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Time for my bad joke worth repeating, the Monday edition. Why do you look that way? These are always. Let me remind you, it's bad joke worth repeating.
I know, but there's the last part of it, and it never quite makes it there for me.
I went to a new family doctor today. Waiting room was spacious and nice with a sign that read, "We respect our patients' privacy. We will not call your name. We will not call you out by your own name."
Okay.
I thought, well, that's good. That's nice.
Sure.
I completed my registration, sat down in the waiting area, and waited. A few minutes later, the nurse announced over the PA, "Attention, attention. The 32-year-old man with hemorrhoids, please proceed to examination room 3.
That's gross.
They didn't call you by name.
No, they didn't.
7:10 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. If you're on Twitter, you've already read the story, but sadly, Morgan Wallen is trending on Twitter, and not for the right reason.
Oh, no. He is getting slammed on Twitter. He was supposed to perform last night in Oxford, Mississippi, and everybody was there. You see pictures at the stadium, crowds surrounding the stage. Opening acts had already performed. Hardy had left the stage. They were waiting minutes away for Morgan to come on stage, and a giant announcement went up on the huge screen there by the stage, and it said, "Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Morgan has lost his voice and is unable to perform tonight. Therefore, tonight's show has been canceled. Please make your way safely to the stadium exits. Refunds for tonight's events will be available at point of purchase beginning tomorrow." And of course, the crowd.
People get their money back, but they spent money traveling and hotels and everything else.
Yeah.
And if you have I suffer from voice issues, as you well know.
Yeah.
If you know your voice isn't good in the morning, it's not going to be good that evening. Right.
In fact, Morgan released an apology, and here is his statement he released to Instagram stories for canceling. It says, after last night's show, there was a show before it, the night before. It says, I started losing my voice, so I spent the day resting up, talking to my doctor, working through my vocal exercises, trying to get better. And I really thought I'd be able to take the stage. It kills me to deliver this so close to stage time, but my voice is shot and I'm unable to sing. And I totally get that sometimes that happens.
Sure.
But I do think that when you're a performer, you should have a team of advisors that know that there's a certain window you can't cancel past.
No.
Once people have filed into the stage and have listened to the opening acts and they're buying your merchandise and purchasing alcohol at very high prices, they're assuming you're coming on. Like I don't understand why it would. And we all like Morgan, but I'm wondering, what happened? Someone should have advised, do it sooner. So one guy named Russ on Twitter, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're beating him up.
Field seats for Morgan Wallen, $800. Hotel room, $500. Full tank of gas, $80. Souvenir T-shirt, $80. Sitting in Vault Hemingway since 5 p.m. only to have Wallen cancel because of his lame, I won't share the words, his lame reasons, priceless. And there are so many. One guy says he bought a 16-year-old daughter a Christmas gift and spent thousands so she could have great seats and then, of course, traveling and hotel. Right. Somebody else drove 7 hours. Somebody drove 3 hours. And they just say it's unacceptable. Not that you don't get sick. Everybody gets sick.
Yeah, but cancel earlier.
But their complaint is you should have known sooner that you were going to cancel.
To play devil's advocate, if you canceled that morning, you still had those expenses. You still drove or planning to and got your hotel. So those were already and so they got a concert with true. Hardy out of it at least.
But also have spent some money on alcohol, merchandise. Right. Now, what's weird is somebody posted a video on Twitter, and of course I'm not able to verify it. But they showed that they were at the location. They had the location tagged at Oxford, Mississippi, there at the stadium, and it was a sound check of Morgan, and he was singing, and he sounded fine. So I don't know. A lot of people are saying, one girl said, look, your security is telling a different story. Get your blank together.
Yeah, there's an underlining story that maybe there was another reason why he couldn't go on stage. So either way, we hope he gets help, and we'll keep you posted on that. 7:25, time for national news. Now, Jimmy Allen and his wife, Alexa, are separating after almost 2 years of marriage.
I hated hearing this.
The announcement came out on Friday on social media. Mm-hmm. Jimmy also revealed that Alexa is pregnant with the couple's third child.
A couple of large announcements there.
Yeah, so sad to hear that. I really am.
Yeah.
Sam Hunt made a similar announcement, but with a happier tone to it. Sam and his wife Hannah are having another baby. Their daughter Lucy was born last May, and she's pregnant again. Aww. And Morgan Wallen fell on stage at a show in Louisville on Thursday. His stage was covered in fog, and he may have tripped on something. Not sure. He's fine. However, he is trending now on social media because last night in Mississippi, at the last minute, he canceled a show after the opening act had already performed.
Yep.
They posted a big sign on the big message board saying that due to health reasons, he was not able to perform.
Lost
a lot of folks
voice,
are unhappy about that because they feel like he should have made that announcement much earlier than after the opening act had performed.
There's never going to be a situation where you cancel and it's going to be, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But there's probably a certain window where you shouldn't cancel after a certain time. But we don't know the whole story.
Don't know the whole story. They're refunding. Everyone is getting their money back, so they got to see a free show with
Hardy.
The opening acts. Yeah, but anyway, we'll keep you posted.
Hey, who else is calling you baby? That's Luke Bryan, 95.5 WFMS with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
7:38. Of course, we mentioned that this Thursday will be the NFL draft. Colts have the number 4 pick. Now, I love this. I'll be watching the several days the draft is on. I'll sit there and watch every selection. I don't know if your family does that as well.
Oh, it's on in our house, too, of course.
I'm looking so forward to it. Colts have the number 4 pick. We could trade up, trade down. Who knows what happens? We'll have to wait and see. Reggie Wayne was the Colts' number 1 pick back in 2001, and this is one of our favorite visits we have with Reggie.
He's a good guy.
He shared, after he was selected in the as our number 1 draft pick in 2001, he got to go to a Colts game. I'm sorry, a Pacers game.
Yeah.
And something unique happened.
When I was in college from, 97 to 2001, we didn't really go to any Miami Heat games. Miami Heat was really just an okay team. Ticket prices were unbelievably high even back then. So we really didn't go to all those games. I get to Indiana, and I'm sitting there with a couple of buddies and Edward James, and all of a sudden I hear the crowd. I say, hear him saying, Reggie. And I look up, I'm like, man, they love me here. Like, this is all right. This is a great place. I'm going to be all right here. Then all of a sudden, I look up and it's Reggie Miller. I'm like, oh, okay. They were talking about Reggie Miller.
Reality check.
But one thing about it is I say, when Reggie Miller retired, I said, man, I got to find a way to keep that going.
That's right.
And everybody knows, especially coming from me, the fan support that I receive, a young snotty-nosed kid coming from down south, going to the Midwest where I knew absolutely nothing about, and going to Indiana, the way they supported me for 14 years, and no matter what, through the ups and the downs. And, man, I can't go around and hug and kiss everybody in the state of Indiana. But one thing I can do is help give back and be a presence in the community. So that was my way of saying thank you. And that'll never stop.
It's Reggie Wayne.
I just love how he says, I'm going to be all right.
I'm going to be all right.
They love me here.
Number one draft pick in 2001. We'll see who the Colts get this coming Thursday when we have our number one draft pick. But yeah, Reggie. And I love the fact that he was willing to share that story. He could have just act like it never happened, but he was fine with that.
He had no problem with it. So if you haven't heard what Jennifer Lopez and her diet secret is, we're going to reveal that here in about 30 seconds. You're not going to be happy.
Uh-oh.
Also, Jimmy Allen and his wife Alexis are separating after almost 2 years of marriage. They've only been married 2 years. I hate to hear that. He announced it Friday on social media, but then also in the same revealed that Alexis is pregnant with the couple's third child. So very bittersweet there. Gayle King and Charles Barkley will host a weekly primetime show, and I love the name of it, King Charles. So watch for that on CNN. Also, Kenny Chesney caught Kelsey Ballerini napping on a late-night flight after their show in Little Rock, Arkansas. So he took a photo of her asleep.
I don't think that's...
Well, I mean, I would not like it, but
I wouldn't do it to you.
She looks beautiful. Everybody's even commenting on how great she looks, even while sleeping. Looks so angelic. And he put in the caption, "Sorry, Kelsey, we love you." So you'll find that on social media. And then Ben Affleck let us all in on J-Lo's diet secret. He says it is genetics. Says she eats whatever she wants, including pizza or ice cream. And, quote, she works out, but he said, I work out too, and I don't magically appear to be 20 years old, so it's all about your genes.
Yeah.
And I don't mean genes with a J.
We know what you mean.
Okay, good. 827. In other words, there's no hope for us. 827, that's Deb's Daily Dirt, and it's brought to you by Mark Dito Realty.